guys, it's Emmie Berrie. What is up? It's summer and I do not have summer videos yet, so we are going to do the art of understanding and befriending the socially anxious introvert. So yeah, yes, I had to read that off of paper. It was kind of sad. But let me know in the comments down below if you are a socially anxious introvert who gets these things, or if you're just socially anxious or an introvert and you get these things. If you're not socially anxious or an introvert, chances are you have a friend who is socially anxious or an introvert and an introvert. Maybe that was the most confusing thing I've ever said. But yeah, so if you are not a socially anxious introvert, please use the second half of this video to learn how to be friends with them, because I am a socially anxious introvert and I just hit the wall. I am a socially anxious introvert. Wow, look at this tan. That was so random. But I'm socially anxious and an introvert. Not terribly socially anxious. I don't have really bad social anxiety anymore. But it's still there. It's still part of me, and I was hoping that this video would help you guys understand me and all of your friends who are socially anxious introverts and all that. And I am being way too specific, so let's just get on with the video. Okay, so there are two parts to this. The first part is understanding us, and the second part is befriending us. So we're going to start with understanding us. Number one, we are very situational. So I don't even know if that's the right word. I don't. But we're kind of those people who, in some situations, we will be the shyest, quietest people you will ever meet. And we won't talk to you if our life depended on it. And then you get us in a totally different situation. And we're also, the most outgoing, extroverted seeming people that you've ever you'll ever meet. Oh, words. Why have you failed me? So basically we can be really outgoing in some situations and just really shy and quiet in other situations. Number two, the more we ignore you, the more we value your opinion. And this sounds a little counterintuitive, and this doesn't apply to everybody. There are some people that will value their opinion really highly, but we don't ignore them. If we seem to be going out of our way to ignore you, it doesn't mean that we don't like you. It just means that we're scared to befriend you, because if we befriend you and then you're not friends with us back and we really care about what you think, then our hearts are crushed. And so in a way it's kind of self-defense, but it's a very antisocial self-defense. So basically, if somebody is ignoring you and they don't talk much anyway, chances are that they do like you and they want to be your friend, but they're terrified of you because they want you to like them. And I'm not making any sense, am I? Wow. Okay, let's move on. Number three, we can't just be social. One of the things people will try to tell us is to just go out there and be social and enjoy life and talk to people. That's not going to happen. I don't think you guys understand how hard it is to talk to people. It's not like I want to say stuff and I'm holding myself back. It's when I'm in public situations, I forget how to speak. Just let that sit for a second. Number four, plan changes make us very, very, very nervous. So when people invite themselves over last minute or something like that, or when a party comes up or plans come up that you were not expecting and you're invited and it's the day of, it is terrifying because we don't have enough time to mentally prepare ourselves for this. We need time to get ourselves ready and brace ourselves for whatever damage might happen at said event. And finally, number five, we probably don't realize that, yes, I was just looking at my paper. We probably won't realize that we are friends with you because we just feel really awkward and burdensome. So it's not it's not like we don't want to be your friend. It's just we don't consider ourselves friends because we don't really talk that much, and it would be better to not consider us friends and have you actually think that we're friends than to consider us friends and have you not consider us friends and then our hearts are crushed. Basically, social anxiety is a form of protecting your heart from being crushed. Keep that in mind. The next part of this video is how to befriend us. So, if you are not socially anxious or an introvert, and you have a friend who is, and you'd like to be friends with them, but you don't know how, this part is for you. Because these are some tactics that people have used that have worked to become my friend, or things that I wish people would do for me that they're not. So just try these. They'll probably work, maybe, I don't know. Let me know if these work for you in the comments. Number 1, talk to us one-on-one or text us. Phone calls are the most terrifying thing on the planet, and so are large groups of people. And by large, I mean more than 2 people. So, basically groups of people are terrifying, and so are phone calls. Texting us is probably one of the best ways to communicate because for the most part we feel comfortable texting. There's still a little bit of fear just because, like, we know you and, like, what if we say something awkward, but it's easier for us to text because we have time to think about what we're saying and kind of reflect on it and make sure we're not saying something that sounds really weird, because words just don't work for us sometimes, and so something will make complete and total sense in our heads, and then we say it and we know that it didn't make any sense to anybody and now they think we're weird and it's like a nightmare. But inviting us over or inviting yourself over is another great way to get to know us. Just don't invite whatever you do not invite us to a party, and do not invite us to a party and leave us. No words can describe that. Parties are the worst things on the planet. Yeah, moving on. Number 2, keep talking to us or texting us, because chances are we probably will not open up with you talking or texting us within the first month or 2 months. It takes time and effort because we're still scared of you. Because what if you don't like us and you're just being nice and pitying us and then you crush our souls? Yeah, like I said, form of protection. Number 3, be okay with our awkwardness. Yes, sometimes we will make really weird jokes that you will not understand, and it's confusing and probably scary for us, and confusing for you and scary for us. So please just make a pitiful attempt at laughter and humor us, because we need that. We need that self-esteem. Thank you. Moving on. Number 4, plan ahead. We need as much time as humanly possible to mentally prepare ourselves to interact with people. So please just give us at least a couple of hours of notice, if at all possible. Whatever you do not cancel on us, please, I am begging you. It has got to be very, very, very urgent, or else we will be devastated. Or actually, we might rejoice, depending on the person. Both, probably. But again, then we have to mentally prepare ourselves for not having people, and it's just a nightmare. So please just give us as much warning as you can for whatever you're going to do with our plans. Number 5, don't start a conversation with us unless you absolutely want to be there, because we can tell. And if you ditch us the second that your other friends get there, it's kind of disappointing, and you just feel used, and you're not friends with that person. You're just that person's backup friend. So yeah, don't start conversations that you don't really want to be in, because they just make everybody nervous and annoyed and all that. Just don't. Number 6, tell us that we're friends every now and then, because I have so many people that I will refer to as this person I know instead of my friend, because I don't want to refer to them as friends because that might be offensive. Not offensive. This person I know is just safer, because then you're not assuming that you're friends. And so having that occasional reminder can be really nice, because it just is. I have no words. Words don't even work for me when I'm talking to a camera. How am I supposed to use them in public? Finally, number 7, force us to do stuff. That sounds really, really weird and not very useful, And obviously there's a fine line, and like you shouldn't do anything creepy or weird or anything that would be like super uncomfortable. It's easier for you to tell us that we're coming over than to ask us if we want to come over, because if you ask us if we want to come over, then we have to decide if saying yes would seem too desperate, or if we can say no and still be socially acceptable because we don't really want to interact with people that day. Just telling us to do stuff is way easier, because that way if something does happen, we can blame it on you because it was your fault. You told us to come. And that actually sounded really like rude. Like, we're not gonna blame stuff on you, but like, you can't like complain later behind our back that like we're annoying because you told us to come over. Like, it wasn't a, hey, you want to come over? And I mean, that might be out of pity. You might pity us. So having you tell us to do stuff is just way easier for us than trying to make decisions. Just obviously don't do anything creepy, and don't invite us to parties. Last time I'm going to say that, do not invite us to a party. Or actually, with parties, the thing is, we want to be invited, but we do not want to go. So what you can do is send us an invitation to the party and then say, like, include a little note on it and be like, hey, I just wanted you to know that you're welcome to come. You don't have to if you're not feeling up to it, just whatever works. And tell us that we don't have to RSVP if at all possible. And then if we're feeling it, then we can come, and if not, we have a guilt-free pass to not come, and we feel included, but also not like we're going to insult somebody by not coming. That is actually like the best thing you can do for somebody. And like I said, if we do come to one of your parties, or a party that we were invited to, or something like that, do not leave us alone. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope that helped you guys. If you are a socially anxious introvert, or socially anxious, or an introvert, let me know if you're related to any of these things, or if you think any of these things would be useful. And if you are not a socially anxious introvert, or socially anxious, or an introvert, then tell me if any of these helped you like relate to your friends better, or make a friend. I hope this helps you make a friend. Like, I like socially anxious introverts. Like, help them be social and not anxious, and I mean, they'll still be introverts, but help them to not be anxious. That's my goal. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and comment all of those lovely things I just told you to comment, and subscribe if you liked watching this. Thank you guys. Bye! Also, can we just take a second to appreciate this t-shirt? I made it because I couldn't find one that had that quote on it, and I'm so proud of it right now.